Hello, it's a wonderful August day in Stockholm, and I'm mucking around with the rhythms still. It's my third day, or third morning, but I just want it to be right, and I want it to be just functional. And when I'm in a good mood, I feel like experimenting, and I am in a good mood today, because I've got a gig with the Aristocrats tonight, so I've got something really fun to look forward to. And the happier I am, the noisier it gets. So, I took out my trusty little contact mic. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like a piece of snot or something with a quarter-inch jack coming out of it. And what I wanted was to create, I'll play a bit of the verse. That wasn't the verse of this track. And there's that big old like industrial / Tom Waitsy kind of drum beat that I recorded using tubes and shitty dictaphone mics, and then I pulled it out through a reel-to-reel machine and mic'd it once again, and then pulled it back in and then looped it. It was one of those days, alright? So when I listen to it, when I come to the studio, I listen to the track, and immediately I get ideas of what I need to do, and I need to do all of it right now. And one thing that struck me was that I need either a crash, or like a start of energy in the phrases, or a kind of something that would function as a snare drum, like in a 2 and 4 kind of a beat thing, so that all the kids out there know how to dance to this song. So what I took out my trusty contact mic, and I taped it to a old broken bicycle bell. This one over here looks like that, and it's, well, broken. But what I wanted to do was I taped the microphone to the bicycle bell because I wanted to record the mechanics. Obviously, maybe you can, there's a spring there, and when I press it, it goes, and I thought I could just record that into the machine, and then I'd have either a crash cymbal or a snare drum, depending on how I use it or where I put it in the beat. But I didn't find that sound, it sounded more like when I recorded it, because I'm not only just lining it, I'm using this wonderful machine. I think it's also from the wonderful company Audible Disease, and this is a I think it's like a pocket memory, a digital pocket memory from like Radio Shack or something. And what you do is that you record into it by pressing the right button, and then you can replay it. But the cool thing is up here in this knob, you can change the amount of power going to the battery, which makes everything very grungy and strange and distorted and great, the way we like it here. But as I said, the bicycle bell didn't cut it. So instead I took out this stapler, because as we all know, there's a little spring in the stapler right there. So I took the tip of a cable, just like your ordinary little quarter-inch cable like that. Oh, there it is. And I just scratched it, and this is the sound that I got. I'll get the volume up just a bit. And then I can take it down. And in this case, a lot of studios and a lot of engineers and producers are kind of afraid of noise. But in this case, the actual dring sound that comes from that very small spring, which is mic'd with the contact mic, isn't necessarily the most important thing in the sound. Because when when I'm putting it into context, what will happen is that you get a kind of thing, which the listener might perceive that as being the snare drum. Great! It really doesn't matter. But now we've got some kind of texture. We've got like the big factory marching giant kind of a thing. And now I've got a little spring, a bright thing that we can just sparkle and place wherever we want. Also, one thing that's interesting, and maybe the idea behind this, or working in this manner, is that you can view microphones in a lot of different ways. And by doing this, I perceive, or I use the microphone as a microscope. You take a very, very small sound and then you make it bigger, so it's more, so it makes sense in a way. Okay, so we've got a little stapler spring on the Rhys Marsh track. Well, in a while anyway. I need to record it. Okay, bye for now.